Hello?
This is the Black Hood speaking.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. The media and digital ecosystem has a left-wing built-in bias. You can Google Donald Trump right now, and you'll find news about Kamala Harris. You can Google Donald Trump assassination, and you'll find news about Kamala Harris. It's like it doesn't even exist. Facebook is deleting and or taking down actual footage of President Trump with the iconic fight fist. These are crazy times where you are being manipulated regularly by the left-wing bias of the digital ecosystem. All right? It's why we're very proud of the work that we do here. Try and restore balance to the force, as it were. However, reality has a right-wing bias. And this is a great comment that I don't know who to attribute to, but was repeated, I believe, by Elon Musk, and is extremely true. Reality has innately a right-wing bias, meaning that there's laws of science and biology that don't comport to modern-day leftist tautology. There are realities about people, groups, genders, and things that you're not allowed to talk about, but they're true. There are real questions that we have and regularly ask on this channel about everything from elections to the Trump assassination, and it just doesn't make any sense. But the more you dig into reality and the facts of the case, the more you realize that reality kind of aligns with us. And it's not really about being a Republican, and it's not really about being right. I think it's more about just being grounded in common sense and reality. And that's why I think it's so interesting when MSNBC, and I guess to their great credit, they have a little bit of a history of doing this, MSNBC goes out into the real world and asks them questions about Donald Trump. And while MSNBC and their reporters are obviously vicious Trump haters, probably because they're paid to be, and these people don't really have any souls or original ideas of their own, it is quite amazing when they interview, like, these guys, black barbers. You hear some black barbers from Atlanta being interviewed about Donald Trump. This was from many months ago. It was about 6 months ago. MSNBC went and got this story. It's hilarious.
People in your orbit who are either voting for Donald Trump or considering it?
For sure. A lot of my friends are obviously my age, so we're a little younger. We've only voted once, for a president. And Trump is kind of all we know. And they're kind of Trump and Biden. They're like, well, we were broke with Biden. We weren't with Trump. And that's kind of the only thing that I'm hearing over and over again, is that, well, Trump, we had money. Well, okay.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, having money is actually kind of the point to an economy, to a society, like the ability to grow and to create and to live what used to be called the American dream. Correction, actually, that's not Atlanta. South Carolina is where this clip's from. So MSNBC went back and spoke with black voters about Donald Trump once more. How many know a black man who's committed to voting for Donald Trump? Every single person raises their hand. Black men share views as Kamala Harris ramps up campaign. Well, these are the tough questions. Here we go.
By show of hands, how many of you know a black man who has expressed to you that they're committed to voting for Donald Trump? Okay. For the brothers who have told you that or said that to you, has the emergence of Kamala Harris changed that for those brothers?
No.
Why do you think that is?
I spoke to a young man who's probably below the poverty range, and I think he has a minimum wage job. Good brother, talk to him all the time. He told me he was voting for Donald Trump because Donald Trump gave him a stimulus check. A stimmy. And I said, there's a lot of issues to that, and Donald Trump didn't give you a stimmy. You received a stimmy from the government. But the bottom line is there's so much miseducation and misinformation out there that he really believed that Donald Trump gave him a stimulus check. So it's a problem out there.
My guys that's on the Trump train it's more so dealing with the wealth gap kind of a perspective. So my guys are concerned about the interest rates, right? They feel like with interest rates increasing, it's harder to acquire properties and things like that, which is internally how most of them earn their monies, through real estate. So, the country now dealing with inflation and things like that, their thing is Trump is going to lower the rates. The current head of the economics department now, he's already threatened that on day one he's going to fire that guy. So for them, that's that's their thing. Like, yo, I need that guy in there. I would like to see.
Oh, okay. It's kind of amazing the difference between the people who are talking on screen, the people who get to talk on the TV box, like Joy Reid. People of color will look crazy if they don't support Harris. They'll look crazy if they don't support Harris, says the Marxist race lady on MSNBC. Again, it's so interesting, the disconnect here. The disconnect between people like Joy Reid and again, like, I don't know what, I don't want to compliment MSNBC, but I'm glad they go out and do these kind of things. It's good. It's good for the country. They go out and they have these conversations. They ask these questions. It's like good to see. We've seen it ourselves. And it's actually Joy Reid who's going to look insane. What does she say? Given the stratosphere's entrance of Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh, stratospheric entrance. Okay. Given the fully coordinated coup that Kamala Harris staged on the Democratic voters of her own party, that we have we have like hyped and fellatiated within an inch of its life, we're trying to create a alternate Marxist reality where somebody is dumb and low intelligence as Kamala Harris can actually become president of the United States through just the media and the superstate and dark money Democrat donors from probably overseas, is what she says there. Anyway, you're going to look real crazy being on the other side of the line, particularly as a person of color. It's amazing how racist everyone is. It's just wild. It's just wild. Because the people who actually straight up don't care about what these guys have to say, right? Like, money is green, no matter what color you are. And if you're not getting any money, if your business is suffering or failing, if you're not able to provide for yourself, whether it's a stimulus check or buy property, if you're not able to like be a barber and have customers, then you're not going to like the administration that is delivering those results. So it really doesn't matter the color because people are saying the exact same thing. Check this out. All of these women have common sense and it's glorious. These are women from a different swing state. They happen to all be white. Oh my, very terrifying for Joy Reid. Guess what they have to say about Kamala Harris?
How do you perceive Vice President Harris compared to President Biden in terms of competency and experience?
I think she's worse. She doesn't even know what's going on at the border.
Right.
And that's what she was supposed to be doing and in charge of. I mean, as a school teacher, if I did not do what I was supposed to be doing, you better believe my job would be in jeopardy. Well, it isn't. It not only was her job not in jeopardy, she was just handed a promotion.
Is there anyone that Kamala Harris could appoint as her vice president that you would find reassuring, would make you consider voting for her?
No.
Never considered voting for her. No.
I would do RFK Jr. way before her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's not the first woman to run for the presidency, Hillary Clinton. I'm assuming no one voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. So it's not necessarily going to sway you to vote for a woman in office. When do you think America will have a female president?
When there's a competent one.
I don't get a good feel for her.
I think she's an idiot.
Right.
Mary, why do you think that she's not that bright?
Because she hasn't done anything in the time that she's had. We don't know anything about her as far as her 3 years so far in the White House. She's not real smart.
Oh, yeah. More women slamming Kamala Harris for covering up Joe Biden's decline. Swing state voters. It's amazing what happens when you go out in the street and actually talk to people.
Who do you blame for President Biden being in office in this condition? Who deserves the blame?
His close staff. They work with him every day.
So I think that's what also makes me nervous about the Vice President Harris.
Talk about that a bit.
So yes, she's going to be in it, but she also helped keep him in where he's at right now. And if he really is as bad as what they've been saying, I think if he steps down as president and she steps into the presidency before the end of his term, it almost makes me question a little bit more why it didn't happen sooner. She's worked with him. She's been, to my understanding, with him daily, or at least a couple of days a week. Why hasn't this been brought to her attention if she's willing to hide that type of information once she's in office? Now what she's willing to hide for herself.
So Joy Reid clearly hates these people. They're not on the right side of history. Not on the right side of history. For your intersectional feminist fever dream, Kamala Harris, who is a psychotic radical. But it is amazing when you get like a little bit of truth, like here on MSNBC. It's amazing when you get to actually walk out in the street and listen to people. We just went out in the street and talked with people for our recent Man on the Street. You can check out the full video, link in the description. But here's what we found, just a minute of what we found. Pretty amazing, in the heart of Washington, D.C. What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Huh?
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Who's that? She's the vice president for Biden.
Come on, man.
Who?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, she's the vice president. Now she's running for president. Kamala Harris?
Huh?
She's running for president now as Joe Biden dropped out. Do you like her?
I don't know her.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Hey, it's about time a black woman get into office.
What is your favorite accomplishment for Kamala Harris?
My favorite accomplishment from her? I ain't really seen that she done, so I mean, I hope she accomplishes some big things should she get in office, but I really ain't really heard nothing about what she's done.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Kamala Harris, sir? What do you think? Yeah?
I ain't gonna lie, I'd take Trump back though.